Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here, the Three Topics Gamer, and today marks a pretty significant day. Because for those of you, obviously, who, I don't know, might be living under a rock for the last, maybe 48, 24 hours, today actually marks the official 10-year anniversary that I started my channel when it was originally known as the Three Topics Reviewer, which, believe it or not, I actually still have the three primary kind of shirts that I actually made for him. I never actually ended up producing more of them. I intended to, but I don't know. I actually haven't worn this in I haven't worn this in years, and I definitely seem to have grown a bit because this definitely feels a little bit tighter around the chest area. So I don't know. I must be doing something right. And I gotta say, it's been a interesting. It really has been an interesting 10 years. I mean, think about it, 10 years on YouTube. And I just think back to how it all started, and what was my plan, and things I wanted to do, and all the people I've gotten a chance to talk to and meet in person, and experiences. And I just kind of look back to how much I'd grown, because when I started YouTube, I was little naive 21-year-old kid who had been out of college after going there for game design, and then had majored in digital media in high school. And it's even to this day, it's kind of surprising how I was able to kind of take my two passions and put it towards something that, if you'd asked me 12 or 13 years ago when I was in high school, Brian, you'd be on YouTube and you would post, thousands of videos and thousands of hours, and you'd be where you are now. I don't think I would have believed you. I was a very, very different person back then, and I really had no idea. I had ideas of where I wanted to go with the channel, and I'd say for the most part, I've overcome a lot of the hesitation and fears that I had back then. It hasn't quite taken me in the direction I wanted, or allowed me to kind of build myself in the way I wanted, and therefore there's still maybe a little bit of growing, no doubt some disappointments that I've experienced. And I just think back to just everything I've gained and everything I'd lost in that 10 years, and it's definitely been a grind. It's certainly been a grind, and I just kind of wonder whether I'm in the last kind of couple of years I'll be doing this, because I don't know, my goal to hit 100K is still present. That was always a big thing even back then. And then once I eventually do hit that, which I do from just some predictions, it looks like I'll probably end up hitting it maybe by my 12th year, and I'm currently in my 10th. So there's that. I'll be honest. I'm kind of winging it with this video. I sent out like a request to get any ideas of what I could do to celebrate 10 years, and I didn't get any responses. I got a few good comments, and that's good. And I think that kind of resonates with just how my overall experience with YouTube has been. It's not been all bad. I've definitely had some good moments, some surprising moments. I've definitely done a number of video projects that I did not expect to be as successful as they've been. And when as I go back and I think back to those early days, and just I actually recently had a chance to go back and watch like 20 of my earliest videos. And all I can think about is, as I watch those videos, I look at that young kid, and I can just think of, man, that kid has just no idea what's in store for him. He had no idea of, places he would visit, and people he would meet, and family members he would lose not too long after starting it, and just how much he would kind of grow as a person in a good way. And definitely learned some difficult lessons about life and about YouTube. The one thing one of the biggest lessons I've learned about YouTube is you definitely have to have a bit of a backbone. This is not a place you want to be kind of soft and vulnerable. Otherwise, you'll have people that'll want to tear you apart. I mean, trust me, I've encountered my fair share of people that have really tried to get me, to beat me down and discourage me and stop me from doing it, and they've all failed. I've never lost sight of that, and it really does come down to a lot of you. I don't know, personally, I don't know how long a lot of you individuals that have been watching my channel. I know there's maybe a few that have been watching it for a while. I don't think anyone is left from maybe the first round of viewers when the channel first started. I know there's a number of people that were there at the beginning that aren't around anymore, and it is unfortunate. But I also like to think about all the positive moments. I mean, getting to meet the people who inspired me to start, and getting to go on all these different little trips and get to do all these different things, and just kind of improving my craft from where it was when I was first learning all this stuff back then. And so using all that knowledge is a good thing. And so I really would just like to take this opportunity to say that thank you to everyone that has continued to support me. It's not been easy. It's definitely been difficult. As I said earlier, I definitely get the sense that I'm nearing the end of my journey, and maybe things will change. Maybe this will be the year that I kind of, grow a great deal, both in building a greater audience and in growing as a person. Because it's definitely starting to feel a certain type of way, and that's kind of unpleasant. And I just hope that I make the necessary changes and improvements that'll give me that drive again. And I mean, at this point, I'm just kind of semi running on autopilot until we get to the finish line. And then once we get to the finish line, who knows what'll happen. So yeah, that's really it. Again, I wasn't given any ideas of how to properly celebrate 10 years. So if this seems a little bit down, I apologize. I've really tried to come up with some way to celebrate 10 years, because a lot of people don't even have friendships that long. Some marriages don't last long, and there's definitely a lot of very, very talented YouTubers and content creators that don't stay on YouTube that long. They kind of want immediate success and want to blow up and want to make this a career. And I was never like that with YouTube. I always saw it as a platform to kind of help me leap into other things that I really want to do, and that just hasn't happened yet, which is probably what I consider my greatest failure about doing YouTube for as long as I have, is that I just haven't had the opportunity to meet maybe the right people, or had the opportunity to kind of go and branch off and start doing the kind of things that I really want to do that would make for a wonderful career. And I'm wondering if I'm at that point where maybe I'm past the point where I could have done that. I don't know. Because as a young kid, you kind of have all these ambitions about where you want to go and what you want to do, and you just need the right opportunity, right path. And here I am, an old man now, just kind of feeling like I'm nearing the end, and who knows what will happen. Maybe things will change. But that's really it. So yeah, again, I want to thank everybody for 10 years on YouTube. Hopefully when I get to 11 years, maybe I'll have something a little bit more lighthearted. But today I was just kind of discouraged that I wasn't really given anything to work with, and that is unfortunate. But heck, that's a common trend I've been experiencing on my channel for years now. So I don't know how much longer I'll be able to handle it in that capacity. But again, just again, I want to thank all of you guys for your continued support, and hopefully you will continue to stay with me on this journey, and maybe we'll hopefully see some better changes, and get that drive once again, and move forward to better and happier days. If you could, I would really like to know what was, if you remember, what was the one, I'm curious, what was the very, if you can remember, what was the very video that you saw of mine that encouraged you to want to subscribe to me? Because I really would like to know. So if you could tell me that in general? What was the video? That was the very video you saw that made you want to subscribe to me? Please let me know in the comments down below, and I will be sure to comment and thank each and every single one of you individually for supporting me and staying on this journey for however long you've been with me, which I'm actually curious about that too. So again, I want to thank you all for your continued support. We've hit 10 years. We are going to continue to grow the channel. I'm going to keep doing this for hopefully a couple more years and see where life takes me from there. So until then, I want to thank all of you guys again for your continued support, and like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next time.